Orewa Chinchin Guy Eskinanayo. Welcome back to the six people that watched. I hope you like this new one. I don't know how to do voiceover, like it's still a new thing for me. And it feels like I'm just having conversations in my own head, but I'm saying them out loud to people for them to hear. Anyway, hope you enjoy the new video. Uh and in the commentary, I don't know. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Enjoy. Unfortunately, Leon got a little bit of the Ohio water in his mouth and he ended up taking a little bit much of a sip and he ended up getting knocked out. Oh no, my boy Leon drank that Ohio water. But after waking up, we ended up moving on and I ended up seeing the blue torches from the merchant, so I just took the boat and decided to go there.
There's treasure over there. Let's go and get it.
Weirdly enough, I did not know about this area. I'm only looking for the area after I bought the map because I'm looking at areas which have treasure or not, and I usually just explore there. So I ended up finding a little bit of treasure here, which is definitely worth it.
This has to be my treasure. Yes, sir.
After getting my treasure, I also found this little drop spot where you could just go with the merchant. I didn't find nothing much, just a little bit of rifle ammo, so that's good.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's so cool with the merchant. I've got some things to sell you, stranger. Don't worry, I'll let you be nice.
After horsing around with the merchant, I decided to get out of there. And thankfully, I didn't have to do much to get to the other boss. I just had to clear the area and fight these idiots.
You know what? Say hello to my little friend right here.
After I took care of this guy, I decided to head down to the route and I had to complete a puzzle. Nothing feels more nostalgic than these good old classic puzzles. Thankfully, when I did my treasure hunt with the merchant, I also got to exchange my handgun for the Punisher. What I do like about the gun is that it lets you at least penetrate 2 enemies for each bullet. But after you upgrade it fully all the way to the max, the exclusive upgrade lets you penetrate up to 5 enemies with a single shot. But I don't really see myself using this since you have to perfectly align these people at the same time for you to make your shots count. So I'd rather just buy the Red 9, which fully upgraded makes it the best gun in the game. After the area was cleared, all I needed to do was at least beat this one boss, and I cleared the other area, which leads me to the church, which Ashley is held in.
Head back to the church. Ashley's safety is our immediate.
Alright, come on, let's go. Where are you, big boy?
¡Rápido! 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 ¡Usa los
Unfortunately, this guy doesn't know that I'm him, so whenever he tried to punch me, he ended up getting mad just because of this. Just look at him how he punches. Yeah, look at him miss. Ah, you know he's mad.
Oh, you know he mad.
This boss didn't really give me much of an issue when all I had to do was just wait for him to be far enough from me so that way he doesn't throw anything at me and just dump my mag on this guy. I ended up doing too much damage to the parasite with my gun, so it didn't even let me at least cut the parasite, so he just ended up yeeting me on the floor.
I'm about to bite the dust.
Remember how I told you that Perrito was going to be important in the story? Now this is his time to shine, where he helps me save my ass.
Hey, look, it's Perrito.
Hey, it's that dog.
The real chat of the story is
And thankfully, with Perrito distracting the big guy over there, I didn't really have to worry much about him damaging me. If not, I just had to put enough damage just to cut the parasite. I did run out of ammo for my TMP, but thankfully I just need a couple more shots with the Punisher, and this was all I needed just to finish him off.
Almost there, baby. Yeah, we got him.
The disappointing part is that you don't really get to see or hear much of the dog, so I was a little bit upset since this was actually the last encounter and I didn't really get to see much of him, but I did get to see him, so I'm happy with that.
Damn dogs. This doesn't look bad,
Hopefully for the remake, my aim is a little bit more better here, but since it's using the same engine as Resident Evil 2 and 3, my aim is going to be shit. After then clearing that small little area, I went to the church where I ended up doing parkour and solving a cute little puzzle.
Yes, sir.
Now this is my most favorite part of the game, where most of the time you're just gonna end up babysitting over this little spoiled chamaco.
Don't come!
Hey, take it easy.
We did end up beating the chapter at that point, so with 0 deaths, that's something to be happy about.
Baby.
Now the final boss in this area of the map is the village chief, so we just had to at least clear the area so we could find our route to at least get to the boss. Thankfully the merchant was here, so all I needed to do was just sell the Punisher and replace it with the Red Knight, and afterwards I just decided to organize all my stuff.
Some rare things on sale. What are you? Ah. Thank you.
Thankfully after this you're going to the segment where this is the only interaction you ever get with Lois throughout the entire game besides his death. But thankfully in the other game, in the remake, you actually get to have him as a companion and hopefully he survives, but if not, I'm going to be devastated.
Small world, eh? Well, I see that the president's equipped his daughter with ballistics too.
How rude! And I don't believe there's any relevance with my figure and my standing. Look,
Ashley, upstairs.
Okay, it's game time.
Oh my god, he's at it. So for this, I'm just planning on barricading every single window and collecting all loot I can, so that way when they break in, all hell can break loose and I can just trap them in here with me. I also got to the point where so many of them were coming from not just downstairs, but they were also putting ladders just to get on top. But thankfully Lois was smart enough to be upstairs with me, and I just decided to take care of the stairwell for now.
Oh shit. Oh no, never mind. No, better yet, I'm gonna send them to the incinerator. Stay down.
And thankfully I played enough World at War Zombies without any perks to realize that I didn't really have to worry about much because they ended up backing off anyways.
backing off.
So, what do we
And
do
Lois
now?
was playing hard to get since he saw me with Ashley. He seems to think that I lost interest in him, which I didn't. So he just decided to let himself out and leave us alone, which I didn't want.
Louis,
Just casually forgets something. Yeah, that's right, baby. 0 deaths.
From here, we just have to clear one more area, and then finally we have to go to a gondola, which leads us to the main boss, the big cheese himself. But first, I had to clear this area out, and what I like about this area is that it has not just one, but 2 chainsaw ladies. Nice. Now, thankfully, I have a strategy to taking these 2 down at the same time. And all I had to do was just run away like a coward. No, but seriously, that's all I had to do. First, I had to at least get one of them off my back, like that one over there. Then I had to put that ladder up, circle around and around until they're both conveniently lined up for me, just for me to take out.
Come on, bring it, bring it. I want the smoke. Give me the smoke, cuz. Give me the smoke, cuz.
Now that we got these guys out of the way, now that's the only thing that's left for me to do is go on the gondola. And the good thing is, which is that I bought the stock for the TMP, which made eliminating these guys a whole lot easier than it should be. And I thought it was kind of cute how Ashley was rooting for me every time I knocked somebody out the gondola. You sadistic freak. But now that I got that out of the way, all I need to do is just head to the big boss, and that's pretty much it. Thankfully, the merchant was being generous and he gave me some ammo. Normally that's bad for video games, but for me that's more of a professional courtesy since I'm going to be wasting a lot of ammo on this guy.
Giving you items for free. Ah, great. This is my favorite part of the game.
Ashley, go hide.
Yeah.
Ooh, boy got strong hands. Dodge. Kick barrel. Splooge. It starts spilling out. Look, 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 look. What's that? Ooh, it's
Hasta
smelly.
luego.
Bam! Now he's on fire. Oh man, I can't wait to see this anime or remade. Nasty.
To beat this guy, it really wasn't that difficult for me. All I had to do was just mag him first, get a little bit of damage onto him, then afterwards just loot all the things that are right in front of me, herbs, ammo, grenades, you name it. Then afterwards just climb up that little ladder right there like so, and just rinse and repeat this process by going onto one side, luring him, and then go to the other side, and rinse and repeat.
Alright, baby.
Now for this part, it's a little bit tricky because he's a little bit more faster now. It's not like he's slow anymore. So all I had to do for this one was at least go in certain areas where I knew he was going to take his time just to get to me. And because damage was really important, I really wanted to finish him off as soon as I could. So I just did everything I could to unload everything I could for the Red 9 since it's the most powerful gun in my arsenal right now. But thankfully, it did get the job done. Yeah, baby!
Yes.
And all to finish the chapter, all we needed to do was finally go back into the gondola, and from there we're gonna have to face a few Ganabos up there in the uphill, and from there, we're gonna have to also face a horde of them coming from behind us. But I just decided to skip since it's just a waste of ammo at that point. And with that being said, that's actually how we wrap up the video over here. So I'm actually really glad with how this is turning out. Especially recording for
I
2
really wish
hours
they
is
gave us the
kind of
option
worth
to
it,
take these
especially when I
guys
end up
down.
with this. That would have been so much fun. Anyways, that's it for me. Drink plenty of water and have a good one.
Yes, sir. Chapter 2. 0 deaths, baby.